Hey everybody, it's Tank and Trucker here, and today we're going to take the STRV M4257 Tier 6 for a little stroll out in the park. I like it because it's a lot like the Scrotum T25, except for it's got a little more powerful of a gun. I believe it's a 57 millimeter. 75, I'm sorry, 75. I'm a little dyslexic today. Average damage is 150, average pen on standard round is 148, and you're going to see that really kind of sucks. Your premium rounds, which is APCR, which I love, and it bumps you up to a 190. In this match, I didn't seem to have problems with the premium rounds, but the standard rounds, you will see that I could not penetrate the front of a M4A3E2. I got them in a kind of a right on the corner angle, and I penned them, but when it came to actually trying to pen the front of him, wasn't happening. So yeah, unfortunately I used a lot of premium rounds in this match, and I'm mid-tier, but like on the KV2 you'll see that I shot him, went through him no problem with standard rounds. TOG 2, I went through him pretty easy, but I like it a little more than the Scrotum T25 due to the fact that you have 4 rounds that do 150 average damage versus 3 that do 110 average damage. Because normally you don't hit for your average damage, you usually low roll pretty much every time I do. So, sucks to be me. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this rolling. I'll speed it up to get through the timer here. And this is with the new patch, obviously. And I noticed when you do the recordings, you watch recordings, I'm not seeing like what speed you're on, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times or whatever. So I'm kind of guessing every once in a while. I'm like, God, that seems awful fast. But here I figured I'm going to go dead center. This does not have a really good view range. I think mine set up maxed out right now is like 393, which is, it's alright, but you're going to see that I get over here and I don't start lighting stuff up right away like I thought I would have. Like you would with something that's got like a 430 view range or a 440. As you can see, nothing. I'm lighting nothing up, and they got a bunch going that way. You know, maybe because I'm not over the hill. I do pull out and I use this bush to my advantage and light some stuff over to the right here in a minute. But I am literally the only one that went center, so I wasn't going to get too risky. There's an A43 over there. See, I lit this AT8 up. I get a couple shots in the side with premium rounds. And he disappeared on me. I think I relight him again. But it cracks me up here. I'm looking, and we got 2 mediums setting M3 Lee and another one of these setting way back there. Absolutely morons. And this AT8 comes up through here. I got 2 rounds left. I pump those into them. I get reloaded here pretty quick. That one bounced. And I put one through his commander's hatch. It's got alright speed. I do like the fact that when you gotta get out of somewhere real quick, the reverse is pretty darn quick. This round here, he already started moving. I shot 2 blind shots and neither of them hit him. But you can see there's getting to be a lot of enemy activity down in the city, down on the east side of the map, down by the water there. Here in a minute, you're going to see them light up down there quite a bit. There's a lot of them down there. But I stayed in this bush area here just hoping to light anything else over there going across, and it just, I think it's just it doesn't have the view range. Because that Cromwell, more than likely, the 2 mediums over there are what lit him. And it cracked me up. Look at this. We still got a medium setting back there and a medium over here. It's like, you know what? We actually won the match, but it's like, what are you fucking retarded? But watch this here. So I put a couple in the KV2, standard rounds. I should have. I was thinking about hitting him that E2, but then I didn't. I can see him aiming at me, so I'm like, okay, I'm backing out of here, and I got to reload anyways. I don't have 6th Sense on this, so I didn't even know if I was going to be able to. Watch this. This is. Oh, this is actually premium rounds. I'm sorry. I thought this was standard. So waiting for this OI to move so I get shots. Premium rounds through the front. Not going through them. Finally get that one at a hell of an angle. I think I hit him more on the side than anything. I do like this new setup when you get hit right here. Here, I'll let it. I'm going to get hit here again in a second. I'll show you. Whoops. Well, obviously you guys have seen it if you've updated your game. I had no shots on that other 4257. A couple more in this KV2. I see him stop and start aiming at me, so I figured one more and get out and watch. Boom. Round just missed me. There we go. So a TOG 2 is somewhere, and it disappears. God, that really kind of sucked. I was hoping it stayed up there. So I know there's a TOG 2 in that vicinity somewhere, but it cracked me up. One of the biggest, freaking heaviest, longest school bus tanks in the game, and I'm lit. You know, there's some bushes between me, some trees, you know, some bushes right here. Not really substantially thick, but still, I'm lit, and he's in that freaking school bus that's 300 miles long, and he gets a shot off and never lights. I'm like, well, that's pretty messed up. Here, I pumped one into the KV2. TOG just shot me a second time. Now, he's over here somewhere, because you can see where it lit, and it tells you what hit you. So I know he's in this vicinity. I was really worried when this patch was coming out that it was going to be like, pinpoint, this is where they're at. If they're not lit, shoot right here and you're going to hit them. And it's not. It's not that way at all. It does give you a very good idea compared to, and you can change it in your settings to the other way it used to be. So it does give you a lot better idea where you're getting shot at from, but it's not like an X marks the spot, shoot here, that's where they're at if they're not lit. But here, that's another shot that I'm lit. He gets off on me, shoots, and never lights in that behemoth of a tank. I'm like, what in the hell? Did they fix the spotting system or fucking ruin it? So here, 2 shots. 3rd shot from that TOG, and he finally lit. So 3 shots from a TOG, average damage on that is 150, and I'm down to 273 hit points. So basically 2 shots, I'm dead. So I'm trying to be careful, get in here and get some shots off without getting my butthole toasted. Because that's what hurts. My butthole says exit only, no entrance allowed. I knew I could take at least 2 shots from the TOG, and I wanted him gone. Payback's a bitch, and then the OI nails me. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. The OI hit me. He never lit up. I'm like, I'm really starting to wonder if Wargaming really kind of fucked up the spotting mechanism on this or something. How can an OI, another one of the biggest tanks in the game that has absolutely no camo rating, it's like 2, if that, and a TOG, another one that has absolutely no camo rating in the game. How can both those tanks get shots off on me that they were close too and not light? It just makes absolutely no goddamn sense to me how that happened. So I did have a tank later on in the night in a match that there's an area where they take off from their cap, and I can't remember the name of the damn map to save my life, but anyways, there's a spot that they go through, there's an opening, and across the way is an opening where they can spot us, we can spot them. Normally, actually, Wargaming kind of used that one to show the spotting mechanism, how they changed it. And I got to agree that it did really make a difference, because a 113 was shooting across that area, and I was able to hit him. I got a second shot off. I was aiming at the 113, and I guess I actually blind shot. I actually blind hit a bat chat. Never knew I hit it. I was looking at the after action review, and it said bat chat, 800 and some damage. I'm like, I was in my grill 15. I'm like, I never shot a bat chat. So I went back and watched it, and that's all I can think is I hit the bat chat when he was going through there, aiming at the 113. He must have passed in front of him, and that's why I didn't hit the 113. And when I shot at him, and I was like, how the hell did I miss that? I thought maybe I dunked it in the dirt. Well, then I'm watching because I know now that I hit the bat chat, and a few minutes later I see him come around the corner on the other side of the map, and he's 800 and some hit points less, so I thought that was kind of sweet. But I noticed that the spotting mechanism for something like that does seem to be, well, really improved. Really, I like it a lot. But then I get shot in turn by an OI and a TOG too. Two of the most ginormous freaking tanks in the game with absolutely no camo rating. See, he was sitting right there. Or is that ours? Well, that's actually ours. I wonder where he was sitting. Oh, he's back there now, so I can't point. You can see him back there in the kind of the left. See AT2 and then the OI. But obviously when he shot me, I was right up there, so he had to have been in this area somewhere to shoot me. And he never lit in that big-ass behemoth of a tank. And the TOG gets 2 shots off on me, and he was even closer and never lit. So I hope they didn't screw up the spotting mechanism for one thing, but fix it for another. I mean, that's like taking a gun out and shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you're not getting anywhere. So I'm going to be really paying attention to that, because when I'm getting shot by 2 of the most uncamoed tanks in the game that are huge, that close, and they're not lighting, and then it just, I don't know. So I hope they didn't mess that up, because that would kind of really suck. You know, have behemoths that have better camo ratings than tank destroyers or something. But anyways, so that was a match that I had in the STRV M 4257. Ended up doing a little over, I think it was like 1100 some damage. And I actually do like it. I wish the spotting distance was a little bit better on it. I mean, not even 400, but you know, you can make it work. But you know, you really got to stick your neck out there for, you know, try and get lights on it. But I wasn't very impressed that I put that many rounds in that E2 with 190 penetration in the front and bounced them all except for one. That kind of really sucks. And, I mean, I can understand. I think I did hit him in the turret once, but what are you going to do? Anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button down below. If you didn't like it, press it anyways, because I'm just a super kind of guy. You guys all take it easy, and I hope I will see you on the battlefield.